Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pit and Paddock Race Show for the 13th episode of this season.
Is that bad luck?
Probably.
Yeah.
For the Pope.
In Formula One, the godless heathens of F1 decided to race on Easter.
That's probably why the Pope died.
Yeah, but they did race in Saudi Arabia, so
It doesn't count if you're in a Muslim country.
yeah, you can race. Yeah, you're not violating Easter.
No.
Didn't help the Pope. It was another McLaren day as Piastri got an administrative win over Verstappen, with Ferrari a surprising third place.
Is that a nice way to say the race was kind of boring?
Yeah.
Administrative.
It was an administrative win. The biggest highlight was probably the first turn of lap one when Verstappen was ruled to have left the track and gained an advantage, which cost him 5 seconds at his first pit stop and pretty much gifted the win to Piastri.
Piastri did only win by 3 seconds, so that was pretty big effect on the race there.
Yeah, I was watching to see how close Max would be at the end, and I'm like, oh yeah, if it hadn't been for the 5 second extra pit stop, you probably would have won.
Oops.
Yeah, after the race, Christian Horner brought out pictures to show everybody that Max was actually ahead at the apex.
Total Wolf would have emailed the pics to the stewards with highlighted pages from the rule book mid-race, not even after the race. During the race, he would have had it done.
What race was that when they were emailing highlighted copies of the rule book to the stewards in the middle of the race? Was it the last one when it was Lewis and...
I think it was that championship race where there was all that debate in the middle of it.
Yeah, Lewis lost his chance to break Schumacher's record.
That's like a grandma move, printing out pictures to show people, look at this.
Here's my driver, and he was ahead.
Just send it to me. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think he was showing all the media afterwards. As you can see here, my grandson is clearly taller than your grandson.
That was the most interesting part of the race.
Yeah.
Also on lap one, Gasly took out Yuki to continue the second Red Bull car curse.
Oh, that car really is cursed, isn't it?
Just like it gets a point every 4 races or something, and that's the best it can do.
After crashing out in Q3, Norris started 10th and finished 4th. So it looks like McLaren still got the car to beat.
Lando choked again.
Yeah. Lando chokes a lot, doesn't he?
It's becoming a bit of a habit.
You know, I think his nickname, instead of Lando Norris, it's going to be Lando No Race.
I think that's close.
Yeah.
I might need to workshop it a little bit. Lance Stroll did become the most eliminated driver in Q1, so congratulations to him. Plaques on the way.
Most pay-to-play drivers don't last this long.
Yeah, it's usually if you're not that great, you can't hang around in Formula One long enough to get that title.
Yeah, only if your daddy's a billionaire and buys the team for you, then you can stay that long. Red Bull, I'm thinking might be equal to the McLaren now, but only when Max drives it.
The one McLaren, or the one Red Bull is equal to McLaren.
Yeah, I mean, he, like I said, he did keep up and maybe gained a little bit on Piastri. I don't know. But he was within 5 seconds, with the 10 laps to go still.
I think it's going to come down to whoever gets on pole and holds it through the first lap or two can win the race, as long as they have the best strategy, is probably what's going to do it.
That's pretty much what the Ferrari boss was saying, that it's kind of become a qualifying series because the cars are so equal, it's hard to pass unless you're really a lot faster.
Welcome to NASCAR.
Yeah. Which Ferrari did surprisingly well with their first podium. I thought they weren't supposed to be that good at high-speed tracks.
That's what I thought. I thought that Haas would do a little better here, but that did not happen.
Yeah, the Ferrari engine didn't help them that much.
Hamilton did get beat by the Mercedes, I saw.
Yeah.
I don't think they're quite on par with the Mercedes. They're just a little below.
Hamilton's really struggling. I don't know. The reflexes aren't as fast when you're approaching 40.
He had the one sprint race at China where he looked great, and then after anything else has looked subpar. Bottom half of the top 10. Who else was? Well, Williams. They did get an 8th and a 9th.
Yeah.
Points for both of them. It seems like Carlos is figuring out the Williams.
It was a high-speed track. They've always been faster on the straight line tracks.
They should try drag racing. Maybe they would do well.
They would probably do really good. And then Haji from Toro Rosso got the last point. Good job, Haji.
Good for him.
Better than Lawson.
I guess that's a no for the did Haji weep openly after the race for today.
He did not cry. He doesn't cry when he gets a point.
So is Max actually going to leave Red Bull and go to some other team, or is the media just bored and needs things to talk about and fill time?
Yeah, because if I'm Max, I'm definitely not leaving Red Bull to go to Tracing Point.
No. Aston or...
Yeah.
The only options are McLaren. That's probably not happening. Ferrari or Mercedes.
I would think if he left, Mercedes would be the most likely option. I think they'd boot George in a heartbeat to get Max.
I would boot Antonelli.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, George is doing better, but you know what I learned is that in Saudi Arabia, the drivers get their name in Arabic script on the garage.
No, I hope they're happy with that.
Yeah. I would want my name in Arabic script on the garage.
I didn't even notice.
Cool. Yeah. Like they have their name in English and then Arabic script underneath it.
Oh, you know what? In Japan, I think they did the same thing. Well, not in Arabic, but in Japanese script. Yeah? I think that's a thing that they do at the home track or the home race. They put it in the native language.
Oh, so
in Miami, it'll be in Spanish.
In England, it'll be in Arabic.
Yes. Las Vegas, it'll also be in Spanish.
Yeah.
And Texas, also Spanish.
Also Spanish, all three of them. Well, next up, F1 comes to the United States for the Miami We're Not As Gay as San Francisco Grand Prix.
That's correct.
Yeah. Which, that was actually a good race at the start of the Formula when it was Red Bull, Ferrari, back and forth. That actually worked pretty good.
And that was a surprising McLaren win, I think. Wasn't that?
Yeah, like a year later, McLaren came back and won it. And then Red Bull really took off.
Is that next week, or was there a week off?
There's a week off, and then off to Miami.
Nice.
And then they go to... You would think they would do, like, Texas, Nevada, Florida, Canada, Mexico. No. They're going to fly all the way to Europe after that and then come back at some other time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because, they're a green racing series.
Good job, guys. The NASCAR Cup Series got some Jesus this year and stayed home for Easter Sunday.
Good job.
Good job, guys. But that didn't stop some Saturday racing for trucks and the Busch Series at Rockingham. The X-Race highlights. Jessie Love. Yeah, that sounds like a stripper name there.
That's a good stripper name.
Jessie Love. Now on the stage. Anyway. He held off Taylor Gray.
Oh. Can I nickname him 50 Shades?
Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, okay.
Taylor Gray's nickname is 50 Shades now.
Starting off with some good nicknames for the race. Love held off Gray to get the win at the first race back at Rockingham in 15 years or so. But not so fast. Jessie Love was disqualified in post-race inspection. So the race win was given to Sammy Smith, who used the winnings to pay off his fine for Martinsville.
That's right. He got a big fine, didn't he?
That was disappointing because it was...
What did he DQ for? Because I didn't see the report.
Something with the rear axle, the way it was put together, with the technical thing, and I looked at it and went, okay, well, whatever you say, NASCAR.
Skid plate too thin.
That was the Ferrari.
Yeah.
I don't know. I went, okay, whatever you guys say, he's out. They didn't appeal it, so I guess they were correct.
Kind of strange to see the stands completely full. So, was it just a popular race, or are the stands smaller at Rockingham?
I think, them going back for the first time in so many years, plus, I don't know what they said. It was like 30 or 35,000 seats it has, plus all the suites were sold out. So, not a huge track, but that's not a bad showing for the X Series there.
North Carolina, that's kind of the origins of NASCAR, isn't it?
Yeah, now they're going back to all those little tracks in the area that they used to go to all around Charlotte.
Yeah.
Casey Kane made his first start since 2017, but he got Catherine legged on lap 57. But he did come back to finish 14th.
He did better in the sprint car race, I think. Or wait, no. He might have done worse in the sprint car race.
I don't know. He was running top 5-ish when he got Catherine legged. Legg was asked several times by her crew chief what adjustments she needed on the car, but she only replied, "It's fine, everything's fine."
I don't want to talk about it.
It's fine, we're all good here.
Fine.
How are you?
Legg was in J.J. Yaley's car, right? Because she failed to qualify?
Yeah.
She must have had a big sponsor.
Did they... I think they just moved the elf stickers from her car over to the other...
JJ's?
Yeah.
I have to look. Yeah, I didn't... I did learn from my 14-year-old daughter that ELF stands for eyes, lips, and face.
Are eyes and lips just part of your face?
That's what I'm thinking.
So it should just be face.
Yeah.
But then I guess F wouldn't be a great... I guess it wouldn't attract as much.
Put F on your face.
It looks like they just put like white tape for Elf too. When I looked at the pictures, I was like, "Oh, that was like a rush job."
It's quite possible. Maybe the stickers don't come off that easy, and we
can't move
duct
the whole
tape.
Can't move the whole thing.
Yeah,
just put Elf on the car.
Yeah, on the hood with some duct tape and just write Elf. Pretty easy. I did notice that the first yellow in the race was a sim racer.
A little tougher when you get out there in real life, isn't it, bud?
Gravity's a bitch, isn't it?
He was by himself, too. Just like, yeah, that's not as much fun as you think it's going to be, is it?
Getting a little bored out there going around in circles all the time with that gravity on your neck. How does a sim racer make it in? Is it like he's got a YouTube channel and he just made some money and bought his own car?
Either that or he started in sim racing but actually did some real racing, maybe in late models or something. Or he just has a super rich father, which is always a nice shortcut directly to the top series.
Who was the guy at Daytona in the ARCA series that was running around? The YouTube dude.
Guy, Cletus. Was the one. He's racing at Talladega in the ARCA series this weekend, so I'll probably end up checking that race out, see what goes on.
Didn't he have more views at Daytona than the actual TV show had on his YouTube channel? Oh, modern media's dying.
Probably again this year.
Or I should say old media, legacy media. Legacy medians dying a slow, painful death.
The race was kind of a yellow fest with 13 biological cautions, which is a good term, I guess, for them.
I think last time we said natural caution.
Not stage cautions, biological cautions.
Biological cautions. You know what? X racing seems better than Cup racing this year.
Overall, yeah. I even heard people saying after the race, like, man, this place should get a Cup race. I'm like, they're going to race better than Cup does at this track. I don't know why you want to ruin it.
Stick with the X series. I'm actually, when they come back to Phoenix in November, I'm going to buy tickets to the Busch race.
I think I was going to go to that one. I think I was kind of sick, so I didn't, but I'll probably go in November.
Yeah.
I might go to the truck race, too.
Oh,
that one's on Friday, and that one's usually pretty fun.
Paint jobs. What'd you like?
Justin Allgaier. He was in the 7 car. This time I liked it because he had a bunch of peppers on it.
Is that what those were?
Yeah, I had to zoom in a bit, but a bunch of peppers. I like peppers, so.
I just saw like green wavy. I don't know. I thought they were worms or something.
I couldn't tell on television, but.
Although honestly, I've never seen a worm that was green. to tell you the truth.
Maybe a Caterpillar. That's different.
They're always like pink or brown out here.
Hmm.
Do they have green worms somewhere?
Probably.
I don't know. I went with Cram in the number 74 Drive Tanks car because that was actually a pretty good camo pattern that he had on there, and it said tanks. Is that the same people with the buy submarines, or what are they? Build submarines. Yeah.
I think driving a tank seems more obtainable than building a submarine.
Needs fewer people. Yeah, I wonder if it's kind of the same thing. Is it more American defense dollars sponsoring a Bush Series car?
Maybe some guys just bought some old tanks and you can like rent them out for a day or something.
That sounds like I would do that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. On the bad side of things, so Casey Kane was in. It's not actually a bad scheme. And he was in the 33. He's in the HendrickCars.com car. So the scheme's not terrible as much as the designer of the scheme that just hits the copy-paste button between the Trucks, Cup, and Xfinity series every race that the car is in. It's time to mix up the paint scheme a little bit.
Yeah, that Hendrick scheme. I feel like I see it everywhere.
Like Bass Pro Shops has a lot of sponsorships, but they kind of mix it up a little bit here and there. It's not the same scheme every time.
Oh, yeah.
That's getting old.
Yeah, you're like, oh, is Larson in this race too? Yeah, just do something. Even if you just paint, swastikas on it like a Tesla. For bad paint schemes, I went with the green and the number 87 Overplay car because I don't know if you can pick two uglier colors together than pink and purple.
That one was noticeable on the track.
Oh, that was just ugly. Like it was like worse than 90s ugly. Our highly placed. Let me start over because I'm going to put this one. This one's going to be a short. Our highly placed sources say there is a real chance that NASCAR's owners, the France family, want to buy F1 from Liberty Media. So we've created a list of the top 10 changes that NASCAR could bring to Formula One.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Number 10, chicken fried bacon at the concession stand.
That's better than foie gras.
Oh, yeah. I would like to see. We did see chicken fried bacon at a NASCAR race,
Yes.
but they can bring that to Formula One.
Number 9, a playoff system. Everyone loves the playoff system.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Europe would love it.
All the teams would be for it. Number 8, the Kentucky waterfall mullet instead of the Euro mullet.
Valtteri would approve, I think.
I'm like, if you're going to do a mullet, come on, let's do it.
Do a real one.
Yeah, don't do that half-ass wimpy mullet like the Euro mullet.
Number 7, short track ovals. We'll have to start in the U.S. until we get some built in Europe, though. So.
Yeah, do they have any ovals? You could just get a really big roundabout. They got a lot of those.
Time to reopen the Monza.
Oh, yeah.
That massive oval.
With the bank. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Number 6, NASCAR could bring the Lucky Dog lap back to Formula One.
Oh, we could call it the Lance Stroll rule.
The Lance Stroll rule. So if you're the first car lap down and there's a caution, you get to go around and get your lap back. They could use some of that in Formula One.
Number 5, competition yellows and stage breaks. That'll go over well.
They really do need that in Formula One.
NASCAR will help them out.
Yeah. Because then you don't have to. Even Lewis Hamilton admitted that during the Schumacher era, he would wake up, watch the start of the race, go back to sleep, and then wake up again for the end because it was just Schumacher running around in front all day. Number 4, bump drafting.
Ooh, here come the 5-second penalties for avoidable contact.
Yeah.
What about side drafting?
Can you? Yeah. Well, if they're on ovals, they can side draft, right? Can you side draft a Formula One car?
I guess we'll find out.
I mean, they don't have all the little winglets anymore, but
yeah, bump drafting. We can get that front wing stiffened up a little bit.
Yeah, you could do that. Make it stiffer. Yeah. Help your teammate along instead of what do they do now? The toe. What do they call it when one guy goes out in front of his teammate and then pulls off so his teammate gets kind of a toe.
The toe.
Arrow toe?
Little slingshot.
Yeah.
Talladega.
Oh, like shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Number 3, pit crew fights.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? I would have paid money to see Yuki Tsunoda's guys attack Pierre Gasly's guys after that crash on Sunday.
Yeah, Japan versus France. I'd make a World War II comparison, but the French involvement in the war was shorter than Yuki.
Do you ever see Yuki in Lego when they do the Legos?
Oh.
There's this YouTube people that like recreate each race in Legos, and Yuki always they put like the short kid's legs on him. Poor Yuki.
Oh, buddy.
He can't
Sorry,
help
buddy.
it. Number 2, drug company sponsorships.
Ooh, we can get Viagra on Alonso's car.
Yeah. Yeah, they need some more of that because pretty much that's what's taken over NASCAR is financial companies and drug companies.
And number 1, the pre-race prayer. We need to bring some Jesus back to Europe.
Oh yeah, you know, on any given day, if you had it at the races, you'd probably have more people praying at the China race than you would at any European race.
Not to Allah.
Oh yeah, that'll get you put in a re-education camp in China, huh?
Well, coming up next for NASCAR this weekend is the Jack Links 500 at Talladega. Speaking of bump drafting.
All right, I'm going to predict one of the Ford cars is going to win because Ford's actually been doing pretty good at the big tracks.
That sounds about right. I'm going to predict a mostly boring race, and then the last 20 laps are going to take about 2.5 hours to finish because of all the wrecks.
Like an NBA game.
Yes.
IndyCar also took Easter off, but nobody noticed.
That's what happens when you only race once a month.
Like, seriously, it has been like once a month since St. Petersburg.
And they wonder why the ratings keep dropping. It's like everyone forgets that IndyCar exists.
You know, I know there's some executive at Fox yelling at the guy that talked him into taking over going, "Did you not look at the schedule?"
We're making the schedule next year. You guys are out.
Yeah, you want to be on TV, you let us do the schedule.
Fox is going to air the TV show 100 Days to Indy on the Fox Nation streaming service. The show is going to be considered a success if any single Fox Nation subscriber manages to stay alive through every episode.
Yeah, they do have kind of a high age at Fox Nation.
I'm assuming everyone that watches Fox Nation is very old.
They're God's waiting room. Yeah. So if you thought the Long Beach Grand Prix had low ratings, wait till you see the 100 Days to Indy on Fox Nation.
I didn't even know what Fox Nation was until I read the article about it.
Yeah. Although if Fox Nation would like to advertise, would be more than happy to say how great Fox Nation is.
I will sit and watch every show.
Yeah. Next up, after another week of convalescence, it's the Alabama Helen Keller Grand Prix. Just the Alabama Grand Prix sounds like a joke anyway, but it's actually a decent race, and they have that track with the big spider, and didn't they have a mannequin fall off last time?
The mannequin that fell on the track.
Yeah, and then got her arm chopped off.
Booth was having a great time with that one.
Well, they needed some excitement.
Yeah, they did. In WEC news, Ferrari won the 6 Hours of Imola, BMW finished second, and Alpine finished third on the podium, with Mick Schumacher.
On the team? On the Alpine team?
On the Alpine team. Mick had a season-best 0 destroyed cars in this race also, so good
job.
for him and good for Alpine.
Good job, Mick.
Yeah, heck of a show.
Watch out for the trees. In unrelated news, the Pope has died. The College of Cardinals have vowed to elect a Catholic Pope this time.
I heard they promised to pick a woman of color.
Yes, I've heard. Yeah, they might do that too, because we get the first. I thought we just had the DEI Pope. Well, that's it for this week. Next week we have NASCAR. NASCAR's like 28 weeks straight, right?
Well, there's always NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR and Formula One's off, and of course, IndyCar's off because they're mostly off.
Yep.
So it's NASCAR, but it's Talladega, so we'll have some exciting. God, I hope they have a inappropriate fan cam somewhere.
Or we just see what Cletus does and talk about that the entire time.
Cletus might put on a better show than everybody else. Go Cletus.